Hi there, my name is Camille and I'm a creative technology consultant working with Michael Barker-Cavan. As you will have seen in the animation, we are interested in creating a very different type of museum experience. We want to seamlessly blend the physical and digital realms. I will bring you through the various technology elements that you've seen in the animated video and describe how they can be achieved. While many of the solutions we are exploring are cutting edge, I will draw on case studies from around the world in this presentation. The first technology touchpoint for the majority of visitors will be the website. The web design will be carefully thought out to ensure an intuitive, welcoming, engaging and visually impactful experience. Visitors could be greeted on arrival of the homepage by a virtual mythological character such as Macha, Cuchulainn or Lu, who will bring them through the various features available. The site will have clean and clear typography, with no unnecessary clutter, ensuring accessibility to all. Visitors can book tickets, play games, watch video content, and attain any pre-visit information via the website. The virtual guide will encourage visitors to download the interactive app. The app will be an integral part of the pre, during, and post-visit experience. It will hold several areas of functionality, including an augmented reality reader, gamification elements, and audio content interface. Augmented reality, or AR, is when computer-generated content such as sound, video, graphics, or GPS data is augmented or added to the real-world environment. The content is usually triggered via a marker, like a QR code, which is interpreted by the app and maps the marker to specific content. AR content could be triggered in many ways, such as colouring book pages in a school pre-visit information pack, markers placed on signage, triggering content on the journey to the Mound or around the Greater Armagh region. Gamification elements could include a treasure hunt type game on the app, where virtual archaeological artefacts are collected by the player. A wider geocaching-based experience would be explored, where visitors can create their own treasure elements for people to find, creating a community-led experience. The audio content could also be categorised as pre, during and post-visit, with podcasts and audio storytelling for pre or post-visit. Utilising iBeacon technology, audio content could be triggered throughout the site for visitors who like an audio-guided experience. Having the audio tour available through the app will cut down dramatically on the number of audio headsets required on site. In the Hall of the Red Branch Warriors, visitors can see themselves in an augmented reality mirror, where they can choose to try on virtual costumes, depicting them as a warrior, a druid, bard or queen. They could hold virtual swords and shields and take selfies for posting on social media. The magic mirror can be achieved using custom-built software and Microsoft Kinect sensor technology. Here's a video example of this technology in action in a store context. Here's a video clip of an interactive exhibition tablet app using the newest innovative mobile technologies, iBeacon, QR codes and augmented reality, to convert static technical information into a dynamic and interactive journey. The technology in the mythological area is achieved via a 360-degree projection. To accommodate 30 or so people, the projection area would be 3 metres high by 5.33 metres wide, with a 16:9 aspect ratio. We see the projection software being available via open source, so that local tech companies, universities, designers, etc. could create content for the hardware infrastructure. The space could be used for corporate meetings, conferences and events. This also future-proofs the hardware to allow for adding or updating content over time. In the archaeology area, we will look to use large interactive multi-touch screens to display a wide variety of interactive content. Several multi-touch screens could be integrated to create an interactive wall. Content could include a timeline of ancient sites around the world, DNA migration maps, visual representations of the site through the ages, a map of the area and surrounding sites. Visitors could construct their version of the site using virtual elements such as posts, stones, walls, earth, moat, etc., playing with their ideas of how the site may have originally appeared. The use of a vertical screen or wall allows for a greater shared experience of the content being interacted with. Physical artefacts in the archaeology area would be augmented using technology. Visitors could blow into a replica of the Loch Ness horn and hear an audioscape of what the trumpets of that time may have sounded like. The audioscape can be played via the app or directly on audio sets next to the replica. Projection mapping onto replicas of the Tandragrain man or Barbary ape could be carried out, similar to this installation at the Tokyo National Museum. Museum guides will then place virtual reality headsets disguised as ancient ritualistic headdresses onto each visitor. Virtual reality is a new storytelling medium which completely immerses the viewer's audio and visual senses, enabling a highly engaging atmospheric experience. While using virtual reality headsets in a museum context is relatively new, it is becoming more and more popular as museums realise its unique potential. Here's a news piece showing some worldwide adaptations of its use.
Approach. And in the 21st century, that means using cutting-edge technology to amplify what it does and engage users. So what I'm looking at right now is a Bronze Age roundhouse, which is about what would have existed about 3,500 years ago. There's a fire in the hut, which is very inviting. I'm going to take a look. Duck my head, and over there's an interesting object, which is flashing blue.
The museum has unveiled a virtual reality experience where visitors can explore some of its Bronze Age collection in its natural context.
I think virtual reality has a specific role to help people understand objects in their original context. It's very hard in a museum when you abstract an object from where it came from, so I help people understand kind of how it was used. And so that's a great opportunity for us, is to put, through virtual reality, the objects back to where they came from, so people understand the lives that were led using the objects that we have in the collection.
The VR technology is also being used at the Natural History Museum to bring sea creatures to life from 500 million years ago, with Sir David Attenborough as a guide for the journey.
The nice thing about First Life is that you can see the fossils upon which the virtual reality experience is based, but still get, through virtual reality, a wonderful evocation of what these animals look like in life. We want to reduce the cost of delivering this technology so that more and more people can enjoy it. At the moment, of course, we're using headsets and proprietary smartphones supplied to our visitors. Ultimately, the best experience will be having something that will work across a multitude of platforms delivered to people's own devices. So that is our ultimate goal. The key thing is, I think, Where does technology add value to the real experience of visiting a museum and seeing real objects?
The VR content would be created by a cross-disciplinary team including animators and software developers. They would work with a 360-degree 3D modelled environment. We would look to augment the virtual reality experience through extrasensory additions similar to a 5D experience available at global tourist attractions. Elements could include specific smells, use of hot and cold air, and rumble features in seats, which would be programmed to react at specific timecode points in the VR animation. The group VR experience will be made possible via Socket.io technology, a fast and reliable real-time engine. Through an interface, the guides would activate a show which starts the content on each headset simultaneously. The post-show experience would be multi-layered and delivered via the app, social media, website and email follow-up. In summary, the digital infrastructure for the site will be made with future-proofing in mind from the outset, allowing easy addition and updating of content and hardware over time. Connecting to the wider creative, corporate and academic community would be encouraged via secure open source interfaces for the 360 projection and virtual reality infrastructure. Over time, a virtual reality experience of the site could be made available and delivered as a pay-per-view virtual reality revenue stream. In addition, past visitors for the site could meet and chat in virtual meeting places, acting as a social forum. Delivering cutting-edge, innovative and future-proof digital solutions of this nature would ensure that the centre becomes a world-class visitor attraction worthy of its heritage.